You're listening to the Night Demon Network. Go to nightdemon.net/subscriber to unlock more exclusive content.
Hello and welcome to the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast. I'm your host Nesbit, and today we pick up where we left off last week. Night Demon's takeover of the Metal on Metal show in Cleveland on WJCU radio. This is Metal on Metal.
And we're back. Metal on Metal, WJCU 88.7, Night Demon, live on the air here, talking, not really live, but we're here speaking. We're not playing, but we are playing tomorrow at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, celebrating 10 years of Curse of the Damned, with Destructor doing 40 years of Maximum Destruction, and of course, a tribute to Sandy Kruger with Sacred Few and Power Cage. Come on out. It's going to be awesome. There's nothing going on at the stadium. It's going to be nice weather, ample parking, good vibes. And, you know, it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, right? How funny is that we're playing there, you know?
We're not in, but we're playing.
Yeah.
So but just inching our way in.
They actually asked us for some artifacts. We recorded a live album here for Bill's anniversary back in 2017. At the Beachland Ballroom. That album was called Live Darkness, peaked at number 40 on the German charts. Our label in Europe wanted us to do a live album really bad, and they wanted us to do it in Germany. And we really wanted to do it in the U.S. because at that time, I mean, still to this day, but more back then, the United States got a really bad rep in Europe for basically not supporting heavy metal. And everybody thought, yeah, that's why all the American bands come here. And we thought differently. And if you listen to the audience on that record, I mean, that place was jam-packed. I mean, it was definitely oversold. And it was epic. And you could hear that on that record. And as an American band, we were really proud to represent the United States and to do it here in Cleveland. So it's good to have that moment immortalized on that record. But so, yeah, the Rock Hall reached out to us about putting some stuff in the museum. So we've given him an original vinyl copy of that, along with Armand's guitar that he played on that record, the stage clothes that I wore there, the original set list and stuff. They have a certain schedule of when they put stuff in the museum. So unfortunately, it will not be in the museum tomorrow. I mean, if it is, I'd be shocked because they haven't reached out to us for, you know, kind of what you write on the card and stuff. They have the info. But eventually that will make its way in there, and that's pretty cool. So,
as it was, there was the heavy metal food drive,
right?
And it basically was free admission, so it wasn't oversold. It was just, yeah, come on down. You know, people donated food if they could. And basically, we called it the heavy metal office party, where everybody, you came out, you saw everybody, and I mean, it was you guys, and it was just a great lineup.
Breaker.
Breaker, yeah. It was just fabulous lineup. And you guys, word got out that, you guys were doing a live show, recording for a live CD, release. Everybody wanted to be in on that. Everybody came down for it. It was a great deal. And it was so, at that point, we just had the van got so full. Or what happened was I had to take care of the donations. So they're like, oh, yeah, you could just fill up the coat room right over here, right? So that got full early. And then like, well, what do we do now? Like, okay. Well, and we had the van, so we filled up the van, filled up the coat room, and like, well, what next? I think we had to put some stuff downstairs. So we had to come back. Bill had to get another van and come back the next day. So the next day, we talked to Cindy Barber, the owner, and she said, yes, this was, last night set the record for bar sales at the Beachland Ballroom and Tavern.
Not surprised.
That's amazing. Yeah.
But there's definitely a feeling that night. I remember there was a good buzz going on.
Yeah.
We're really excited about it.
I remember people were upset that we wouldn't allow photography and video. But, in all fairness, we were doing a live album. And these days, it's like...
Yeah, everybody's got...
It's hard to get away.
Yeah. Everybody's throwing a clip on YouTube, and it's got to kill you guys.
But it does. But I think the end result of that, I mean, I'm so glad that people were respectful of that and didn't violate that. I mean, we had, I think, 4 pro photographers there that night. We did the record. We have multicam film of that. When the Darkness Remains box set comes out, we plan to finally release a video of that. But yeah, I mean, it's still an amazing thing. And that record really got around the world. And, we just kind of want to do our part a little bit to be part of the legend of Cleveland metals, and I think we've done a pretty good job of that over the last decade, and that's why we're coming back to do this concert here tomorrow and not really do it anywhere else.
So we can't mention ticket prices or anything like that, but if it's admission costs a lot less than parking would if the Browns were in town.
Yeah, that's
and it's even I could say about half of that maybe. So
yeah, and we have to get Dick Dale's guitar in there somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hasn't been sold to a private collector yet.
I don't know. We got to talk to Jimmy. Maybe his son has it. But yeah, another quick story about that. Dick Dale's played the same guitar his entire career. A lot of people don't know that he painted it a lot, but it's like an original Stratocaster that Leo Fender built for him.
Yeah, I think it was the first left-handed Strat, wasn't it? Yeah.
And he used to treat that thing like crap. Oh man,
it was in a gig bag.
The worst gig bag.
I would just carry it to the room every night. Like, here you go.
It would be like our responsibility. We were in Spain one time, and I had a little bit too much to drink, and I left it at a bar. And I'm so lucky I got it back. He would do things on stage like, I can't see. Give me a marker, and he would just write all over the neck and scribble on it
marks,
so he could see. Yeah. He also played very loud and would blow speakers constantly, which was a big pain if you worked for him, because he used these JBL D130 15-inch speakers that you can't just recone them overnight or find them, And so what I used to do is I used to change the set screw. See, now that he's passed, I can say this stuff. I used to change the set screw on the volume knob of his amps. So he would come over, because he would always come over to me during the set, turn me up. And so when it was on 7, it said that it was on 10. So I would just point the flashlight at it and go, hey, Dick, I can't. And he would just, man, I'm losing it, But
he knew.
He knew.
Could hear it.
About those tracks, we got cut off by Black Sabbath. The Ghost of Ozzy just came in
and wanted his piece.
Yeah, and put in a Dio song.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna get Bill Peters in here like Ozzy at some moment and just wheel him on the stage here. And so, but yeah, Black Sabbath, "Turn Up the Night" off the Mob Rules album. That song was played by them. I want to say maybe less than 5 times live ever. It's a completely underrated track. It's an incredible song. We really had a lot of fun recording that.
And it worked for us, having that pulsing kind of vibe,
absolutely, And the stuff that Armand does with the wah on that song is really cool. So check out the Night Demon version when y'all get a minute. And that was followed up by Queen's "We Will Rock You" from the Live Killers album. That's kind of the rock version of the song. It's not it's funny because the foot pounding, clapping thing is probably
the stadium.
Yeah. And that's probably their most popular song. Well, until Wayne's World came out, right? But that's probably their biggest hit. But when we heard that version, we're like, okay, and actually this is probably a big reveal to a lot of people that don't know that it's not a very popular version, and there's no studio version of it that I know of. Actually, didn't we find maybe there was a demo or something? Yeah, right. Yeah,
there he is.
There he is chiming in. There he is. Yeah. But a lot of people kind of give us credit for like, oh, you guys completely reinvented that song, but we got to give the credit to Brian May and the boys there for that one.
Rock sun goes down. The sun goes down. The sun goes down. The sun goes down. Oh, yeah. The sun goes down. There is a day within us. The sun goes down. She tries her best to deceive you. The sun goes down.
And we're back. That was Sun Goes Down by Thin Lizzy, one of the best bands of all time. Bill's in the house.
Bill Peters. Come on, Bill.
Oh, you guys aren't going to back announce, or is that it? I don't know how this works anymore down here.
Yeah, you
Things have changed.
forgot?
You don't read songs back anymore, right?
Yeah. No, we'll read the songs back. Yeah, so we played the song Fast Bikes by Le Griff, an old new wave of British heavy metal band. Very, very, very obscure. The bass player of the band actually discovered our cover song and has reached out to us, and he was really, really happy about it.
And by you guys covering it, you turned me on to that, because I did not know about the original until you.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's great. And how good is it, right? It's amazing. From there, we did a cover of Cirith Ungol's 100 Miles Per Hour. Cirith Ungol is a band, obviously, that we're involved with. That was the only song that we really thought we could do, just because,
perfect, you know,
the style is so unique, and vocally especially. But that song really did good for us. We recorded that with Flemming Rasmussen in Denmark, who did some of the early Metallica records. That was really, really, really fun to record with him.
And if you listen to that version, our version of that, you'll hear Tim Baker trading off verses with Jarvis.
Yeah.
It's a cool little collab.
Yeah, it is cool. We did it live too once in France. Yeah, that was fun. But and then Thin Lizzy, of course, The Sun Goes Down from the Thunder and Lightning album. That song was another one where we trimmed a lot, and we did it. We did the intro a bit the same. We changed the key, and then we decided to rock the song out, because that song, no offense, I mean, it kind of just doesn't go anywhere, so.
I got to be honest, I like your version better.
Thank you. So do we.
I know a lightning bolt is going to strike me when I walk out of the station for saying that, but hey, I'm already down to one leg,
That's it, right? Yeah.
Hey, maybe it'll jolt you back into action.
That's right. Maybe it'll electrify it. Hey, I want to send a shout. You mentioned the legendary live album you did at the Beachland. I do want to send a shout out. I don't think you did, to Tony Alberts, who recorded that record.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
He did a great job recording.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, and not only that, he's done other live recordings for us too. And I have actually a box set reserved for him, because his recordings are on that stuff, and old recordings at the Maple Grove.
Yeah.
We have that full concert and documented in the box set as well. Yeah, Tony's one of my favorite people. He's such a great guy, and really kind of made all this stuff easy. It is not easy to do a live recording, and every time he's come in, he's been super pro about it, and he's a really nice guy. He's a fan. He loves music, and he loves heavy metal, and that's the best thing. We're talking about this a lot recently. We've done almost 900 shows as a band, and for a band that's been touring since 2014, and there's been all kinds of great milestones and great things we've been able to do and accomplish as a band, but really it's kind of just, it's about the people, right? The people that we're surrounded by. It means everything. And every time we keep coming back somewhere and we're able to hang out with people again and kind of nurture these relationships, that's kind of what gets us by. And Tony's definitely, he's in that crew. It's one of those guys.
I checked my WJCU mail while I was outside there in the lobby, and one of my listeners asked about Jaguar, Jarvis.
Yeah.
And you were involved with the band, and he wanted to know what was going on with those guys.
Well, nothing really now. Gary, the guitarist and the band leader, moved to Brazil, and he got married, and he lives in Brazil now. He teaches English to Brazilians. And Cy and Nate still live up in Bristol, and we actually saw them when we were on tour with Queensryche earlier this year. They're all doing great. I mean, who knows? I was just filling in for a couple shows. It was kind of a dream gig for me. I kind of learned how to sing from listening to those records. But we always hope that they're going to do something. They did get a new singer, but nothing ever materialized. But you never know; those guys can come back out of nowhere, But there's definitely a demand in the European heavy metal scene for them to come back.
And tomorrow's the big show at the Rock Hall, as I know you've mentioned. Curse of the Damned, 10-year anniversary. It seems like it's been longer, actually, to me. I don't know.
Well, I guess it kind of does, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all that we've done in between, I guess,
But my all-time favorite Night Demon song, is on that record, Full Speed Ahead. So whether I make it or not, you got to send that one out to me if you remember.
Absolutely.
I'm going to try to be there tomorrow.
Absolutely. And for people that listen to podcasts, I know Melissa was on here talking about all these podcasts. Night Demon has a podcast running 263 weeks in a row every Friday. It's recorded, so you can still listen to this show on Fridays, but you can listen to the podcast too. It's called the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast, and the Full Speed Ahead episode, I believe, came out today.
I heard it on the way out.
Okay,
here.
did you? Okay, so there's
Jack who drove me out here headed out.
Okay, great. All right, there's a great story about that song that a lot of people probably don't know about.
I did not know
about a collaboration.
I won't give it away. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, well, it involves Lemmy from Motorhead, and there's some stuff in there. So, so that's cool. Okay, so you heard it. So I'm glad that you got some more information about your favorite song of ours. Okay.
Now, in addition to the album, I know you'll be doing some other favorites. Right? Or no?
We don't have much time, unfortunately, tomorrow because of the
curfew.
Yes. Right. So it's kind of when you want to do big stuff like this and inflate your ego, that you gotta roll with the punches of that too, and suffer in other ways, right? So, if we were playing at the bar down the street, I'm sure we can play for 3 hours or whatever. But there's a couple songs that we could throw in. Unfortunately, we do have to play the whole album. We have to do it in sequence. There is a little bit of a curveball in there, though. It's something that we've been doing that I think people will like.
Okay, and I got one other listener, and you don't have to say yes or no, Jarvis, but will you be doing the bonus track, the cover track?
No.
Okay. Oh, and it's going to break his heart.
Listen, we've done it many times, and we will do it again, and we will return, and we can't. This is hard. The more songs you have, right? We've always. That's the hard part. We're not a band that puts out an album a year, and we're very selective about the songs that we do release, and we keep them short too, right? For most metal bands, you go watch them for 2 hours, you hear 12 songs. But it does get more difficult as your discography grows. You have to choose what you do and don't play. But there's never been a song we've recorded that we haven't played live. And we just did the Curse of the Damned anniversary dates in Europe, and every show had a different back half of the set. So we've been exercising that muscle.
And listen, if you haven't seen the Wacken show for Night Demon, it's up online, Wacken.com. Incredible performance, great live stream.
Thank you.
I can't say enough good things about that show.
And lots of Bud.
Yeah.
Lots of mud.
Really good. You may have mentioned this already. Got one last thing. Will there be exclusive merch for tomorrow with the Rock Hall?
Well, we have a tour shirt with the date on the back. Yes.
So Bakken and Cleveland will be on the same T-shirt.
That's right.
Oh my God, I'm going to have to get a shirt.
Right? Yeah. We got one for you. Don't worry. We got one for you.
John Roddy, big thanks to John here sitting next
Thank
to
you,
me
John.
for filling in. I'm still several weeks away from coming back, but I just want to send a big shout out, thank you to John for coming down here, doing double duty. He's got his show Saturday morning. Thank you, John.
You got it.
All right, go back to talking about Dick Dale because I know nothing
All right,
about
thanks,
him.
Bill. Actually, we're gonna turn it over to Brian here. Let's play some more music, and then he's gonna actually go into and he's gonna talk about his experience with the modern day Dick Dale. But yeah, let's keep it rolling, and let's see if we let's give John Roddy the test here on his DJ skills, and see if he can cue up this track. This is.
From the coast of gold, across the 7 seas.
From the campus of John Carroll University comes WJCU 88.7 University Heights.
88.7 FM, WJCU, John Carroll University. This is the Metal on Metal show with your guest host here. We are Night Demon, the Ventura, California heavy metal band, playing tomorrow at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Destructor and a tribute to Sandy Kruger with Sacred Few and Power Cage. You just heard Iron Maiden's Wasted Years. We covered that on the Live Darkness album. It did not make it on the record. It was the only song that we recorded that night that didn't make it on the record. We didn't want to put a cover song on our first live album, although we did end up doing that anyway because we did the Midnight track with Athenar. But we didn't want to have two. So that actually came out later in 2020 as a B-side for the single of our song Visteria. Then you just heard right now our version of the Scorpions' In Trance that was recorded live at the Hell Over Hammerberg Festival in Hamburg, Germany, featuring Uli John Roth on lead guitar there. We had asked him to come out and do a couple songs with us. If you want to get the whole story on that, actually listen to episode 3 of the Night Demon Heavy Metal podcast. That's one of the best episodes we have, actually. But that was cool to play with Uli.
Amazing.
Total legend. I'm glad we pulled that off. Hope you guys enjoyed that track. And speaking of guitar legends, our drummer Brian here, who we've known for a very long time. All you guys probably know Dusty Squires, who was with the band for almost a decade, decided to step away because he was tired of the rock and roll circus. I don't blame him. But for us, it's in our blood. It's who we are. And his recommendation to fill the drum seat is this man sitting right next to us, Mr. Brutal Brian Wilson, who was playing at the time with another guitar legend and decided to join our band for some reason. Who was that?
It was the one, the only Yngwie Malmsteen.
Yngwie J. Malmsteen?
Yngwie J?
Not to be
Yngwie J?
confused with
Yes.
the other Yngwie
The protein
Malmsteen.
powder says Yngwie J. Malmsteen.
Yeah.
Or is that the multivitamin? Sorry.
Yeah, I spent 2018 to 2023 playing with Yngwie Malmsteen. It was something that really jump-started my career playing drums. I actually knew the Night Demon guys before that, even. We go way back to when the Curse of the Damned album came out in 2015. But I do recall I got the gig playing for Yngwie in 2018. And I remember seeing Jarvis on the 70,000 Tons of Metal cruise shortly after that. And that was the first time I saw him since I got the gig. And I remember he saw me and he's like, he pulls me aside and he's like, okay, 2 words, Yngwie Malmsteen, talk. No, but it was quite a 4.5, 5 years. I have lots of life experiences that happened in that time. You know, it was like playing drums in front of a jet engine, you know, sitting in front of that wall of Marshalls. You know, it was over 50 heads, 19 cabinets on stage. It's just an unbelievable backline that we traveled with. And it's really loud, like one of the loudest live acts you'll ever see, which I respect. You know, heavy metal's meant to be played loud, and he's definitely an innovator, and it was a great time. But I really wanted to play for a band, not just back up a solo artist. And the Night Demon gig offer came up, and I was like, yeah, the Yngwie thing has kind of run its course, you know, but Night Demon sounds like something more in line of what I want to do. I want to be part of a band that's growing, has a future, you know, and that's how we got here today.
So the rude snide question right off the jump, all those cabinets had speakers and were all plugged in at the same time? I mean, it wasn't just...
They all had speakers, right?
They are all real. They are all real.
I mean, it's just, oh, wow, Wall of Marshall's like, yeah, well, you know,
How many was he
Yeah.
actually plugged into?
I'm not sure if I'm at liberty to say that.
Oh, okay.
They were all turned up to 10.
but
they
they're
were
all
all-
real because he had to carry them all, too.
Yeah.
So,
Occasionally,
that's part of being in the band.
Yeah. Okay. so you might have to go back to Yngwie so we can't get too
Yeah.
vicious.
But it's funny because talking about, his history with the band, with Brian's history, there's some bootlegs in the new box set, some of us live in Miami. He used to bootleg our concerts. He used to film them and record them and probably made a lot more money off that than he does playing with us now. But yeah, so we do go way back, and it was funny because he was kind of looking to be in a band and kind of asking me for help in a way. And then I brought up, being a Night Demon, and he was just totally like, kind of like, well, what do you mean? Like, that's an impossible thing. Dusty's the drummer. And I said, actually, here's what's going on. And you've come by his recommendation. So it all worked out, and Dusty's doing good. We're on great terms, and we've rolled through town on tour and hung out with him. And so everything is working out and the way that it's meant to be. So we're kind of running on time here, but kind of enough about Night Demon, right? Like, we definitely want to shine a light on some of the historical things that are happening tomorrow at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Besides the 10th anniversary of our first record, it is the 40th anniversary of Local Legends' Destructor Maximum Destruction album. And they're going to be playing that in its entirety as well, which, I mean, if you're a Cleveland metalhead and you don't know that, don't worry, we won't call you a poser, but you need to come down and check this out. Those guys have been really great to us, really good friends of ours. So let's play a Destructor track. Here is Overdose.
I search for rock and roll. I see the road out ahead of me. Follow the fire in the sky. I feel the flame and the melody. Right between the eyes, I'm burning with desire. Neon fire. Neon fire.
All right, we're back. Metal on Metal, WJCU. This is Night Demon taking over the airwaves here. Playing tomorrow at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to celebrate 10 years of Curse of the Damned, along with Destructor doing 40 years of Maximum Destruction. You heard Overdose from them, and the song you just heard right now was from a band called Power Cage, which was a brand new band a few years back with Adam and Nick from Savage Master, and that was Sandy Kruger from Sacred Few on vocals. Our good friend Sandy, who sadly left this mortal plane in 2022, and we are going to celebrate her life in proper form tomorrow, opening the show. Actually, Adam and Nick are coming out, along with a lot of other guests, to celebrate her life, and they will be doing some Power Cage stuff, and we've got an all-star lineup doing the Sacred Few songs, and it's just a real special thing. We want to celebrate Sandy all together, everybody here. She was a bright light in the dark winter of Cleveland metal. I remember seeing her outside the Maple Grove in this blizzard we had, and just like smiling, having a good time. We met Sandy in 2014 in Akron at the Empire Club. We were on tour with Raven. It was our first time out here. That's where we met Bill too, but she really stood out, and she was a great friend to all of us, and especially the Night Demon guys. She was a big supporter. There was never a time that we were out here that she missed anything, and she's definitely left a big hole in the scene, in the whole world of metal, and everybody that knew her, their life was better because of it. I know that for sure. But Bill, I know you've known her for quite some time.
Oh, Sandy is at least as far as I know, my oldest listener, going back to the very first year I was on the radio here 43 years ago. Not many people that I know were listening back then when I was just a weeknight DJ, So, man, she's just so many memories with Sandy. When you were talking there, Jarvis, I just flashed back to one of my earlier radio show anniversary concerts we did at the Beachland. We had a whole bunch of bands, and Pile Driver was one of them from Canada, and Sandy was in the front row, and the Beachland stage was carpeted. And she gave him something to drink while he was on stage, and he ended up throwing up all over the carpeting. And so the band is playing, and I'm out there scrubbing the carpeting, cleaning it all up, at my own anniversary show. So, so many fun times with Sandy, lots of great memories. She was a big-hearted, warm person. I can't say enough good things about her. She always supported every single thing I did over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm really glad that this Power Cage stuff finally came out. I mean, it's a single. I mean, that's their original song, and there's a rainbow cover on the B-side, which is really great. I mean, her voice was awesome, and it was actually, I think, I got to see Sacred Few a few times, with the Midnight Guys as the backing band, and it was just incredible. And I know Tim from Shadow Kingdom reissued that record, so it's cool. I'm glad this finally came out, and her son Eric has been great and really, happy and supportive with this whole process, and really helping out putting all of this stuff together with me. And I'm excited that he's going to be playing drums tomorrow, and he's going to be able to honor his mother in the best way possible. And it's kind of one of those things, like, you just kind of feel like that she's here with us, and it's just going to be a proper thing. I'm really looking forward to that most tomorrow, to be honest with you.
And they go on at 8:00, so make sure you get there early.
That's it. And so that's us for tonight. Night Demon hosting the Metal on Metal show for the first time in 10 years. And we're back here to celebrate Curse of the Damned. Thanks so much. Let's close this out with a Sacred Few song. Beyond the Iron Walls.
That's it for this week. Night Demon's takeover of Metal on Metal. As always, I'll mention nightdemon.net for everything Night Demon, cursedam.com for everything Curse at 10. That's the 10-year anniversary of the first Night Demon studio album. And until next week, this is Nesbitt signing off.
Thanks for listening to the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast. Head over to nightdemon.net, click on the subscriber tab, and sign up to access exclusive weekly bonus content. If you would like to donate to support the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast, you can do so through PayPal at paypal.me/nightdemonmetal. Additionally, if you have not already done so, please subscribe, like, rate, and review the show on iTunes or wherever you listen to podcasts.
All hail, Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast listeners. This is Dusty Squires chiming in to tell you about my brand new signature sticks from the London Drumstick Company. I've dreamt of having my very own drumsticks ever since I was a wee lad, and LDC made that a possibility for me. Founded in 2016 in London, England, the birthplace of heavy metal, the London Drumstick Company has trailblazed a path through the music industry and taken the drummer world by storm. When I met them for the first time, they knew their product was going to withstand the beatings of a Night Demon show. They took the time to work with me on getting everything just right. The balance and weight of my sticks are the same no matter what, and the durability is bar none the best I've ever had. I know my sticks will last through the set night after night. I'm truly honored to work with a company that caters to their players the way LDC does. Their innovation and attention to detail is what separates them from the rest of the stick makers out there. Their custom stick sleeves are unbelievable and really make the entire presentation complete. Wait until you see the design they came up with for me. It blew my mind and was a surprise to say the least. They have all kinds of amazing swag, including hoodies, t-shirts, drummer shorts, drum keys, stick bags, towels, face masks, practice pads, and much, much more. Even if you're not a drummer, you can be a part of Demon history and order my brand new signature sticks direct from their website. How cool is that? And to top it off, the London Drumstick Company are giving an exclusive offer to the Night Demon Heavy Metal Podcast listeners. Go to londondrumsticks.co.uk and receive a 15% store-wide discount using promo code DEMONSTICKS. All capital letters, no spaces, Demon Sticks. DEMONSTICKS. I can't thank everyone there enough for the opportunity to be a part of their family and for them trusting me with their amazing products. See you metal maniacs on the road very soon. And yes, the wood chips will be flying.
Greetings, boils and ghouls. This is your comrade, the Crypt Keeper here, reporting dead from the sanctuary of the strange. Tonight's macabre myth is a fright-filled feature, one overflowing with monsters, madness, and magic.
Visit our website at monstersmadnessandmagic.com to stay up to date on all the dark dealings within the sanctuary of the strange. Enjoy the show.
Hey Metalheads, I'm Mark and I host the Metal Forge. Let me tell you about the show. The Metal Forge features the best underground metal from all over the world. We spend every week with a different artist with interviews, in-depth conversations, and most of all, the music. We also feature audience interactivity where you can submit your questions to the upcoming guests. New episodes are out every Friday at noon Eastern Time at metalforgeradio.com or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Want to know what's going on in the world of music? Then tune in to the Nothing Shocking Podcast, a non-genre based, all ages friendly rock and roll program. Join us weekly for interviews with all your favorite rock stars from the mainstream to the underground. You can find us at nothingshocking.libsyn.com or anywhere you download podcasts.
Okay, metalheads, you've been complaining that there has not been a channel that plays all of the heavy metal videos from past, present, and future for years and years at this point. Well, that time is over. Heavy Metal Television is back. HeavyMetalTelevision.net is the website. Go there. You can see videos playing 24/7, 365, all the time, all the best from the old school, the new school, and everything in between. Check it out, HeavyMetalTelevision.net. It is where the metal is.